Here we have my Stage 2 2.0T Q5. It's got a large intercooler. It's got an aftermarket grill. But we're going to do a performance upgrade intercooler in the factory location. And here's an example of a factory grill, factory intercooler. We're going to be taking off the bumper and replacing this stock intercooler with a slightly larger Audi 3-liter turbo diesel intercooler that fits right into place. This one's got a stock tune, 225,000 miles. I did an aftermarket transmission cooler, a couple of them actually. The long one I'll delete in the winter and just go to the actual core. And I had this engine intake sitting around for years. I decided to finally install it, and you really can hear the turbo whistle with this thing on there. Time to remove the front bumper. I have a few things already removed. I no longer have the scoop for the factory airbox or the cover for the top of the radiator. I'm not running a splash pan on the bottom, but the first step is I'm gonna get these top two screws out, T25s. When you're removing and installing the bumper, you need to pay attention to these small specialty clip nuts that these screws go into. Make sure you don't lose them. This one's got parking sensors in the front bumper, so there's two connectors I gotta get loose. The parking sensor connector and the HomeLink connector. I'm no longer running a HomeLink box, so I just previously tied that wiring up. If I had a T20, I would just remove the bracket that this HomeLink module goes into. It's for opening your garage door. We're going to get 3 T25 screws out of the fender liner on both sides. Remember, I've already got my splash pan off. Otherwise, you would have to take that off, the splash shield, on the underbody of the vehicle. Now, the bumper doesn't typically pop out of the fender this easily. It is like 95 degrees right now, so the plastic is supple. Sometimes you have to loosen these 10mm nuts that holds this bracket into place. If you give it a good jiggle and pull on it and it doesn't pop out, don't force it. You can break these little plastic ring tabs. Somebody put a couple of wrong screws in the bottom here, but there's supposed to be 4 identical T30s. On the A4s, sometimes they get scratched up and you have to put a T27 or a T25 in there. And this is what they're supposed to look like. Panhead, coarse T30 screws. Now we got some fog light wiring, and it's easier to deal with that before you pull the bumper off, especially since I'm going to be doing it with one hand. Just get in there and give it a quarter turn, pop them loose. And it's simply that easy. Now we get to replace the factory intercooler with a larger turbo diesel intercooler. Don't be stingy when you're unscrewing these worm clamps. Go ahead and just roll them all the way out till they're barely hanging on. There's some kind of side chamber that's supposed to muffle the intake. I got that capped off with a boost cap. We got one T30 on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, it's just got a push clip and it rolls out because it's held in by a lip at the bottom as well. Now there's a couple air dams that are supposed to go on the side of the radiator, little flimsy, rubbery plastic air dams that somebody ripped out, and they just didn't want to take the time to push a little pick into the clips and pull them out properly. And this thing's sticking in there a little bit, but otherwise you just have to unscrew it, push the little push clip, and then roll it out of place. Easy as that. A little bit of oil residue on the bottom of the radiator, and we see some dust. Right now would be the proper time to blow out all the dust. Now I'm just going to be lazy. This is my own car. I'll do it later. At first, it looked like it was not going to fit right. I was trying to just install it all in one fell swoop with one hand, but on the passenger side, that bottom lip that rolls in didn't look like it was lining up correctly. So you can line up the T30 screw hole with the factory location, and it clips in perfectly on the other side, the passenger side in my case. It's just that bottom lip that rolls in, it looks like it's halfway hanging over, but it still clips in. And I'm happy with it. The factory 2-liter turbo hoses do fit the larger turbo diesel intercooler, but it's a tight squeeze over the nipples. You gotta have that hose clamp all the way open, and I like to roll the lip on the back of the nipple first and work my way around the front. I did it with no lube just to show you how it's possible. Despite it not fully fitting in the bottom, because it's all the way clipped in the top and I can't yank it out by pulling on it really hard, I'm just gonna leave it just like that. You know, if I was worried about it, I would put like a wire tie or zip ties or something. I don't need any of that. So that's it. I was running the KO4 turbo on a factory intercooler just like this on my A. In fact, I still have it on that car, but this is a fairly simple, cheap upgrade. You don't have to get crazy with the aftermarket hoses and intercooler piping and custom mounting. You just pop this into place and you're done. And you should feel safe if you're running a KO4 or a Stage 2 with the 3-liter turbo diesel intercooler, in my opinion. Tell me if you're running this.